Good morning, everybody. Sean Hewitt here from the Trusted Business Community Association. And I'm joined this morning by Emma Mcloughlin from Regal Kitchens, a multiple award-winning member of this association. In fact, the Regal Kitchens are the most highly decorated award-winning member now, having won year on year since they've been a member, one or at least one award each year. So it's fantastic to have such a decorated business. Based in Chelmsford, Emma's worked with Regal Kitchens since September 2011, and she's the business development manager there. I met Emma some years ago through a networking a ring that we were all tied to, and Emma joined us a good few years back and has never looked back since, and we certainly haven't. Their motto, "Where client is king," is just the pinnacle of the excellence that they deliver when it comes to kitchen supply and fit. Emma, lovely to have you with us.
Morning. Are you okay?
I'm very, very well. Emma, obviously those people listening in would love to know a little bit more about you. So, and obviously the superb work that Regal Kitchens does. So could you give us a little bit of a backstory to what Regal Kitchens is, how it works, how it helps, and that client satisfaction that you're always striving for?
Yeah, so Regal Kitchens was set up by my directors, John and Nicola Martin, in 2009. John had previously worked for a lot of other home improvement agencies and been involved in designing kitchens separately for a number of years. And then one day they were returning a video to Blockbuster, which was around the corner from our old showroom in Navigation Road. And they noticed that the kitchen showroom on the corner looked like it was in a bit of disrepair, and there was letters falling off the sign of the name of the company and things like that. And they decided to approach the people that were in there and see if it was going to be available to be leased as a showroom for somebody else. And so they started off their own new business there called Regal Kitchens, and it's just gone from strength to strength since. I've been involved in the business for 13 years now, nearly, and yeah, I've loved everything about the job. I've loved helping grow it to where we are now, winning lots of awards, not only through the Trusted Business Community, which we really appreciate, but lots of other awards, some from global companies, some from more local. We've won awards from Which Trusted Trader and people like that are really important to us, and it really helps us to keep the customer at the forefront of our minds all the time. Well, our main focus here is customer service. It's not just about selling kitchens for us, it's about making people happy and improving their homes so that their life is better in the long run.
I must admit, I can certainly endorse the fact that when you've been up for an award with us, the end user, the people that you're supplying these kitchens and fitting the kitchens into people's houses, the amount of positivity that comes back from those people when they're describing why you guys should be given the award. I mean, sometimes I get passages of explanation from people, which just goes to show what an impact you've made to that end user experience, and it's an accolade to what you deliver. Now, I know from experience and knowing you and knowing the company, I also know that you've recently moved, the original showroom was in Navigation Way. You've now moved just to the other side of Chelmsford.
Yep.
How did that move go?
It was interesting, let's say that, trying to move 15 years worth of a company history from one building to another without there being any impact on customers being able to see us was tough, but we managed it. A lot of the work all had to be done on one day, literally throwing stuff into vans so that we could move it over here. We'd already spent 3 months building this showroom before we got to that stage, and then just had to do everything really quickly in one weekend. But we seem to have been received really well by the local community. We're working quite closely with the primary school, which is immediately next door to us, Beehive Lane Primary School, supporting a lot of their events and just trying to let the people involved in that school that we're nice people and we're approachable, and we let them use our car park at school pickup times and things like that, just to help make people realise that we're helpful and nice and approachable.
Absolutely. It's always about, obviously it's important to fit into the local community, and I know where you fitted in lovely down there, and obviously you're doing everything to fit in once again. Now from what I see on social media, and again, I know this from experience, those kitchens that you've obviously redesigned for people in their homes, supplying a brand new kitchen, you also do a cooking experience with them, don't you?
Yeah, so part of my job and part of the aftercare service is that we like to give training on some of the appliances that people have bought. So some of the appliances are really complicated nowadays. They've got lots of extra settings and functions on them that people don't really feel confident to use straight away. So John and I put together this scheme. It's called Regal Care, where I go out to see the customer, take some ingredients with me and cook a 3-course dinner using some of the special functions on their new appliances to cook dinner together. Quite a lot of the time they might help me and get involved in it, because I think it just resonates with people better if they're involved in using them rather than just it being a spectator thing. So that works really well. We've been doing that for about 8 or 9 years now. I think I've cooked in around 150 customers' houses over that time. So not every customer gets it. If there's standard appliances that you understand, then it's not the kind of thing that I would go out to. But we're finding that increasingly more now, clients are buying things with like appliances with a steam function or an air fryer function, or they've got pyrolytic cleaning on them. And it's just helping people to learn how to use those so that the appliances will fit in better with their lifestyle and they'll get the best out of them in the long term.
I'll be looking out for a Saturday or a Sunday morning show on TV at this rate, with you guys doing cooking with Emma Mcloughlin at Regal Kitchens. I could see that going down brilliantly.
Right.
Absolutely brilliant.
That's my favourite bit of my job, like mostly because I get to spend time with people. And Sean, I'm a people person. I don't really like to be tied to a desk or anything like that. I like to meet people, which is one of the best things about this job, because you get to talk to lots of different people, talking about lots of different houses, and every kitchen is different and unique for that customer. And I love being involved in that from the first time they walk in the showroom to hopefully finishing off with me cooking them a lovely 3-course meal. And it all just works out really nicely. I get to see the kitchens when they've just been finished and they're still looking perfect, and I love seeing the look on people's faces when they're showing me all of the lovely features of their kitchen that we've just installed for them.
It's certainly, as I say, it resonates with me how important aftercare service is, and the association. It was built off the back of the customer care. The accreditation that we give out to you guys is a customer care accreditation, and of course, you guys, through the years with being with us, along with obviously the accolades that you've picked up and the awards that you picked up with us, just really does reinforce that your customer care is at the very, very top of its game. Now, people who are listening in, they will obviously want to know where you can be found. Where do they find you on socials? Where can they find you? Obviously, you mentioned Beehive Lane, and roughly next door to the primary school. But of course, you mentioned parking as well, which is great, because people can come and obviously park right up front. Just give us a little bit of those listening in, can you give us a little bit more about how and where they can find you, so that if people want to be experiencing what others have experienced with you, then obviously they can make those inquiries.
Okay, right. So obviously you can find us online. It's www.regalkitchens.co.uk. You can also find us on the Trusted Business Communities business directory, and we're listed there under Homes and Gardens and also under the trade section. But the main place that if you can find us, if you actually want to see the kitchens in real life and see what kind of work we can do and what we can offer you, is to come to 279 Beehive Lane, which, as we've said before, is next to Beehive Lane School. It's not too far from Lathcoats Farm and Abercorn Nursery, which are very popular with the local community as well. They're lovely places to go, especially during the summer at Lathcoats when they do their own pick their own and things like that. We're on a lot of different social media platforms, but which I think, Sean, you're going to put up a little cue that shows everybody the handles. But the main ones really are Facebook. So we're just Regal Kitchens Limited on Facebook. We're also on Instagram and we're on LinkedIn as well. So you can just search for Regal Kitchens Limited and you'll find us on a variety of different social media platforms that I update regularly with lots of kitchen hints and tips, design tips, pictures of kitchens that we've already fitted for customers, as well as sharing our 2 weekly blog that goes on the website, which is full of different kitchen related topics, advice and help for people who want to plan a kitchen but they don't really know where to start.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And that, for those people listening in, you heard it here first. Emma, you can be found across all socials. And of course, you can come visit her at the showroom, where she will be glad to obviously welcome you in and give you a guided tour around that showroom to show you all the lovely kitchens and the fittings that come with it. She'll be able to show you around. For those listening in, don't forget to like and subscribe below on this particular interview. Like the page, subscribe to the page, and you'll see many, many more interviews that we're not only held, but we will be holding in the near future. So if you want to keep abreast of what's happening at the Trusted Business community and all of the amazing businesses that form part of it, with that accredited service standard as a rubber stamping for your end user experience, then don't forget, like and subscribe below. And thanks for listening. Thanks ever so much, Emma, for obviously being with us today. I totally appreciate it, and I'm sure that those listening in will want to find out more. Thanks ever so much for joining me today.
All right.